Hello, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today is April 1st, 2025, and we're taking a deep dive into Litecoin, ticker symbol CUSD. We're going to analyze recent news, Luxxfolio's treasury strategy, and its relationship with Bitcoin, potential ETFs, and look at the charts to try to extract the most likely scenarios of the future. We'll be using a combination of fundamental and technical analysis to make sense of Litecoin's current situation. First, let's recap the recent news. Luxxfolio has launched a Litecoin treasury strategy, which is a sign of confidence in Litecoin's viability as a store of value and payment method, signaling that it's undervalued and reliable. There are reports of Litecoin decoupling from Bitcoin in open interest data, suggesting renewed bullish sentiment. This mild surge in open interest could indicate new institutional buying. A potential Litecoin ETF also presents a positive outlook, while Franklin Templeton's shift to Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs may retract capital from Litecoin. Let's correlate this news with the charts. Switching to the one-day chart, we see that Litecoin has experienced significant volatility over the past few months. From November 2023 to February 2024, Litecoin mostly traded between $60 and $80. March 2024 saw a surge, taking LTC from around $80 to over $100. That run led to a very quick, large retracement back into the 70s and 80s around April 2024. Then, after more dips, we saw a gradual increase throughout the rest of 2024 and into January 2025. Another, longer, retracement brought us down to the 60s for much of July and August of 2024. Zooming into the more recent candles, it hit a high of around $112 at the very start of April 2025, before rapidly selling off. However, today we're seeing a rebound, with the price trying to push back up from a low of $97. Key support to watch in the short term is around that $97 to $100 level. A break below this could signal further downside. On the upside, a break above $113 would be a bullish signal, potentially leading to a retest of higher levels. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, with large movements both up and down, but the volatility and price action makes it less likely there will be sideways movement, and more likely that the price will pick a direction. If we drill down to the one-hour chart, we get a clearer picture of the recent price action. We can see the last 2 weeks have been a significant downward trend. There's a resistance level at roughly the $86 range. It'll be worth seeing if we can break back through it. Switching to the 15-minute chart for a close-up, we can see how LTC has been trading to varying degrees of success, around 93 for the last 10 days. It also had a precipitous drop around April 12th, falling from almost 100 to nearly 70. Since then, it has not reclaimed that earlier high. If price fails to hold that 70 area, watch the 62 area. That was a bottom support point for much of the past year. In summary, key price levels to watch are $113 to the upside and $97 to $100 to the downside. For the long term, continued accumulation by institutional investors and the approval of a Litecoin ETF could be major bullish catalysts, maybe reaching $384 as cited in a past analysis. However, shifts in investor focus towards Bitcoin and Ethereum, coupled with negative regulatory news, could lead to a bearish scenario. Remember to do your own research, and this is not financial advice. Thanks for watching Explain the Charts.